Welcome to another DTS support video. In this video we're going to take a look at a breakdown in workflow that can happen sometimes when a sports code timeline gets separated from its package. So we're going to show you what's contained in a sports code package, the benefits of that workflow and how that works, how to look into it and what those elements are. We're also going to show you how these timelines are created and get separated from the package, and how to put them back together, how to fix it when you find yourself looking at an error that might look something like this. The end goal of this video, of course, is to maintain an efficient workflow so your files are always working, and that would be to keep everything in a Sportscode Gamebreaker package. So let's get started. First, to look at a Gamebreaker package, you right-click and show Package Contents. Now in here there's a lot of information. We're going to highlight just a couple of them. One being your timeline codes. Your game, the file name will be different, but it'll end in .tl codes. Same with this reference movie. File name will differ, but it'll end in .mov. And that file is pulling its information from everything in the movie data folder. And what's in the movie data folder is your actual movie. Now the number of files that are contained in there can differ from 1 to hundreds, depending on how you're getting your video into Gamebreaker, whether that's capturing or bringing in through Elgato or DVD, so that can vary. And then our backup folder is a number of different versions of that timeline. So that's the short of what's in the package. Now how do these timelines get pulled out? And at the same time, what's the benefit of the package? The benefit of the package is that you can double click on it and your timeline, which is currently blank, we'll change that shortly, your timeline and your video are kept together and will work in one file and can always be double clicked. So then how do these get separated? By saving, which is a natural, understandable way that we think from our experiences of other software, that we've all lost information due to a computer crash or freezing or something, that when we open the file back up, everything is gone. With Sportscode, what's built in is a preference which comes as default checked auto save timeline data. That means all the work that you're doing is saved while you're doing it, so there's no need to save. But what happens when you do? I'm going to bring in some coding that I've done previously. So we got that in here. And what happens is coach will file save as. And here is our new timeline. Now at first glance everything will appear to be okay, because when you double click on it everything will work. So what are some of the issues we run across of having this separated like this? First, now we have two different versions of our timeline. You can see Game A coding is this timeline. If we double click on our package, we have Game A, which is blank. Game A and Game A coding. So we already have two versions, and what's the next step in that natural workflow is to always double click on your timeline, because that's what you saved. Well, let's do some more coding. Bring in all of our editing. So we bring in even more. And again, as you can see, this is where our work starts to build, while at the same time, our other one is still blank. Or might have some of your first coding, but won't have the second version of that coding. So as you can see, then from there, depending on what your workflow is, if you're going to, this timeline has no video related to it. There's no video in this, it's just our timeline down here. So if you send this to another coach on staff, or might put this on another Mac or something, it doesn't have video. It won't work. So that's issue one. Two is if you send a coach, same scenario, you send this to another Mac or to another coach, they're not going to see all the work you've done. They might think, hey, what's going on? So that's one. The next possible breakdown or issue that you will come across is if you then move your video file, your package, onto an external hard drive. Worst case, or worse, is you delete it altogether. Delete your movie, figuring, hey, all my work is now saved in this coding file. So we're going to move our folder, or move our Gamebreaker package with the video to an external hard drive for storage. This timeline is referencing the video from this file that is currently located, or now was located, on my desktop. There's a computer path to that desktop that you'll see when you get these errors. That's what it means. Desktop, that was the name of the package, and that was the name of the movie that is now over here. So that's issue 2. Now, what do we do when we find ourselves in this situation? Easiest is to simply go and move your file back. That will restore, when this looks for that pathing, it'll find it because we put it back. That restores that linking. Now we're going to take another step to put these two together, because you're still working in 2 separate files. The goal is to put it in one. So we're going to clean that up a little bit. And then we're also going to, next step is look at if we accidentally delete the movie, what we're going to have to do. So here we are, got our 2 files, back to working. Alright, so how do we put these two together? Again, if we right click, show package contents, all we have to do is replace the current TL codes file. We'll take that out, drop in the new one. Now when we open it up, you have Game A coding, which is the one we put in, and it works, everything's fine. Alright, now what happens, I'm going to put these back. There it is, couldn't find it. I'll move this back to our external hard drive. Okay, so what happens if we've accidentally deleted a movie? Well, first you're going to need to recapture or re-import. However you got that movie, you're going to need to bring it in again or locate it wherever you might have it stored somewhere. So let's take this time to put another recommendation or suggestion for your workflow. Always have a hard copy, whether you're burning the DVD of the game while it's being played, or when you're recording. Even if you're doing live capture, record to a mini disc, or burn a copy afterwards. Have another copy in case something happens. So now that we've got this broken, okay, I've gone ahead and have a hard copy I've already brought in. Okay, so now we need to match these up. There's 2 ways to do it, and it does come down to preference, as well as just your comfort with technology a little bit. So we'll make it as easy as possible. So first, the easiest is relocate the video. We're on our desktop. I'm going to take my hard copy. That now does that. Now they're not permanently linked, and you can see we still don't have a package. So what you'll need to do is take it one step and save as, let me step back, go File, Save as Standalone Package. Done. So we'll put that there, and you can see it starts creating a Gamebreaker package and putting them together. It's copying this movie. Now the length of time it takes to do this will vary based on the specs of your computer, the size of the file. So those 2 things really dictate how long this may take. I'm going to go ahead and stop this because you can see it would finish that up. What's another option? Well, when we open this, it tells you what type of movie it's looking for, what name, Game A. So if I simply name this what it's looking for, you can see it works. So the steps to put these in a package: create a timeline in Gamebreaker to your new Game A movie. Do you wish to put inside a movie packages? Yes. So now we got this. And similar to the step we showed you, the other option we showed you, show package contents, replace your timeline. And there's our breakdown all together, and we can move this to trash, and now we've restored this. So hopefully you found this helpful, and avoid the situation altogether, but if you find yourself in this situation, some options for getting that fixed and straightened up. Alright, thanks, see you on the next video.